guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about my wedding drama. So this video may trigger some people. Just as a heads up, very soon I will be posting all of my beautiful wedding pictures and wedding videos. I just wanted to get the drama out of the way first, so let's get right into it. Hi guys, and welcome back to my Budget Bride wedding series. So if you're clicking onto one of my videos for the first time, I'm Random Sparkle. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of the drama that happened during my wedding. So I debated for a while if I was actually even going to make this video, but I thought about it and I've pretty much shared everything along the whole wedding planning process. I just feel like I don't want to go through all of this and share everything with you guys and then feel like I'm lying at the end of it, because I could totally just post my wedding pictures and act like everything was fine and dandy. I decided that I'm going to be honest. I want to share with you guys what happened, not only for myself so I can vent, but also so you guys can hopefully prevent these things from happening to you and just avoid these situations altogether. So just as a heads up, today's video is definitely going to be a story time type of video. If you guys don't know, I got married September 2nd, 2018. Planned my wedding for almost a year. So about 4 months before my wedding date, my fiance's godfather comes and looks at our venue and is like, hey, look at how many people you forgot to invite. This venue is too small. And then he decided to volunteer to pay for a bigger venue for us. Hesitated for a while. We didn't know if we actually wanted to do that, because when you invite more people, the price on everything, literally everything, goes up. So we were talking to him and we're like, hey, if we do that, then what are we going to do about catering? What are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about that? And he's like, it's fine. I'll pay for the venue and I'll totally help you guys with the catering too. And he wanted to be our officiant. He's talking about being our officiant, and every time we bring it up, he's like, I'll say whatever you want, or I can say nothing. I'll do whatever you guys want for the ceremony. Reassuring me over and over and over again. And this is from the very beginning. And I told him, I really don't mind as long as it's all about love and we don't have any Bible verses in it. I was like, I really don't want it to be religion based, because my family really isn't that religious. We really just want it to be about family and love. So that was kind of my regulations. I thought that was pretty clear. That's what I said to him, and he really didn't say anything about it. He acted like it was fine. Then the other part of the ceremony was us doing a tree ceremony, which literally just involved us having a tree, 3 cups of water, and we were all supposed to dump water into the tree during the ceremony. So he emails us what he's going to say for the ceremony. And it has 4 Bible verses in it. It's very, very heavily religious. And it was just kind of offensive to me. So I didn't get mad. I messaged him very politely saying, excuse me, Dan, I'm sorry. I thought that we asked you to please leave Bible verses out of it. I just want it to be about love. He got really, really mad. He sent that message saying basically he would never volunteer to help us if he knew that I wasn't going to let him say Bible verses during our ceremony. Like I said, we had the conversation about what he was going to say for the ceremony a bunch of times. He told me he would be fine saying nothing, just standing up there and letting us say our vows to each other and then helping us do the tree. So it was literally like a 360 flip from what he said when he first started helping us. So it was really, really, really weird. And then like 20 minutes later, he messages me saying, are you still getting married? So I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, you said you were going to be our officiant. You've totally taken over the whole catering situation. I had hired Renton Technical College to come out and do our wedding catering. So I had them scheduled, and I was supposed to put down the down payment about 4 months before my wedding. So right when I'm supposed to be putting down the down payment and he's saying he's going to help us, we're like, hey, okay, you want to help us with the catering? You want to have the down payment? And he's like, no, actually, I need you to cancel them. Can you please cancel that catering? Because I have this person that will do it way better. They can do whatever you want. Literally telling me over and over again that this person can do whatever I want them to do. So I'm like, okay, you're helping us. You're saying you're going to pay for it. I guess I'll cancel my catering, which was the worst thing I ever did, you guys. The worst thing I ever did. I should have never canceled my catering. If you guys are a bride or you're a groom and you have food that you know you want to eat, it doesn't matter what anybody says. Don't trust them. Don't believe them. You get that food there. I failed. I completely failed. Please learn from my mistakes. So he's promising me and promising me that there's going to be food there for me. The caterers that I hired were bringing a bruschetta bar and egg rolls for appetizers, which was going to be going on during cocktail hour. And then for dinner, they were going to bring potatoes, salmon, and salad, and like rolls and fruit or something like that. So it was going to be really yummy, and I was super excited. So when we switched, he said that we were going to have all of that stuff still. We had none of it. None of that stuff was there. So the wedding gets closer and closer and closer. He continues to reassure me. The night before the wedding, he starts telling me that my fiance's sister-in-law is going to be doing the appetizers. And I was like, I thought you said that you had this caterer coming. I thought you said that you had this person coming out and doing this. And he's like, oh yeah, they're gonna do this meat and bring these things in trays. It was a mess. I'm so grateful that I didn't cancel my potato lady. I had hired a potato lady pretty much right after I got engaged because I knew I wanted to have mashed potatoes at my wedding. So luckily there was a mashed potato bar there that had like regular mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, and then all these different toppings like cheese and olives, savory toppings for the savory potatoes, and there were sweet toppings for the sweet potatoes, like, you know, marshmallows and brown sugar and stuff. It was nice. It was in real chafers, and they brought these cute little martini glasses. I know this story is all over the place. I'm sorry, you guys. So the day before the wedding was rehearsal. Since we rented an Airbnb venue, we had the Airbnb the night before the wedding and the night after. So my fiance and his friends stayed at the Airbnb after rehearsal, and they were supposed to stay there and set everything up for the wedding the next day. Ugh. Anyways, the night before the wedding on rehearsal, we figure out, oh my gosh, we don't have a tree. We don't have the cups for the water. We don't have anything for the tree ceremony. So right after rehearsal, I leave with my fiance and his best man, and we run around and we get everything. We got the tree. We got the cups for the water for the tree ceremony. We got my garter. We got the alcohol. We got everything. I go to the hotel, finish writing my list, try to clear my mind. Bright and early, I wake up and head straight out to the venue. I get to the venue. Nothing's done. There's a huge mess of boxes, like literally to here. I can't even, like, as tall as I am, pretty much. Maybe underneath my chin, but literally pushed up against the wall of all of these boxes. And this is where people are gonna be walking in. So I'm like freaking out. My makeup artist is there. My makeup artist is like looking around. She can see the mess. So I sit down, I start getting my makeup on, and I just realized that none of my bridesmaids are there. None of them are there. I'm by myself. I hear some guy say, hey, Alan. And Alan is one of my old friends. He's not on the bridal party, but he's just one of my old friends. And I look over and he's passed out on the Airbnb bed. And I'm like, what? And I start looking around and I see one of my other old friends over here. I'm like, oh my goodness, he really had a party last night. So it's a mess. There's all these people passed out. My wedding starts in 5 hours. I'm getting my makeup done. And I feel like I'm getting stared at, honestly. Like, I never imagined my bridal makeup to be so hectic. Like, I'm always thought like, oh, I'm just gonna sit there in the morning and drink champagne and have my makeup done. No, I was getting my makeup done. All these people passed out on the couch trying to figure out how the heck I was gonna clean up the venue space. Anyways, I get my makeup done and I see all of the flowers are still just sitting there from the florist. So I ordered all these beautiful flowers. I'm so glad that I did. And all we had to do was set them up. So the boys were supposed to wake up bright and early and get all of the flowers set up, make sure that all of the tables were set up with the centerpieces. Nothing was done. Nothing. None of my bridesmaids were there, so I couldn't even ask them to help me. As soon as my makeup's done, in my robe, with my makeup done, start pulling up tables, try to set them up. It was so frustrating because my fiance keeps getting pulled away by the lady that owned the Airbnb because she wanted to tell us where my carriage could go, where everybody could park, who could do this, the rooms to stay out of, all of that crap. But she was doing it at the wrong time. I really needed him there, and he was just nowhere to be found because he was walking around with this old lady as she tells him all of this random stuff. So I'm pulling out tables, trying to set them up. Then finally, his groomsmen come out and all of my old friends that are all hungover, and they start setting up the tables. I'm like, Robert didn't tell you guys to do this last night? What did you guys do last night? Like, oh, we had fun, we kicked it, blah, blah. I'm like, great, you guys had fun and kicked it. Now I'm running around like a crazy sweaty monkey trying to get all this stuff done right after I got my bridal makeup done. So we get the table set up, and I realized, like I said before, none of the flowers were done. I actually had to pull apart these roses to make the petals. So as soon as my bridesmaids start showing up, I have them start breaking up the petals. So they break them all up, and I'm looking around for my fiance, still don't see him. All of his groomsmen are just getting dressed, doing stupid things. Like, I'm the bride and I'm not even dressed yet. And You guys are getting dressed for no reason. Like, run around and get this stuff done before people get here. But they weren't doing that. So if you guys don't have a wedding coordinator and you don't have people that you're paying to help you, make sure that you have people that you trust. Like, I wish I had more people around me that I really, really trusted. I just didn't have those people that I could be like, will you please be here and help me? I had to depend on people that I didn't really trust, and that was probably the biggest issue. But anyways, so we get the flowers done. No one's still there, so me, my one bridesmaid that showed up, and my cousin, we all walked down and we set up the flowers for the ceremony. I put the flowers down the aisle, I put up the flowers on my arch. Literally all of the flowers I did with my bridesmaids. And that's in my robe, in my slippers, with my makeup done, with my hair done. I got my hair and my makeup professionally done, and I had to do all of this stuff afterwards. So it was really frustrating because when I was walking down to the ceremony site, I saw Robert's step godfather or whatever, that guy that was helping us with the wedding. He just watched me struggle to do all the flowers and put up the arch. Like, I'm 5'2". My cousins are not much taller than me. They literally had nothing to stand on except for the seats for the ceremony, and they were white. Trying really hard to be careful. I have my nails done. They're obviously not short. He's a 50-some-year-old man. It was just so rude to me that you could watch me in my hair and makeup in my robe, and like I didn't have anything on underneath except for my bra and my underwear, and I'm like trying really hard, like it's slipping around. I have to have my hands way up here like this, and I'm like struggling. If I was a man, I would say, hey, do you guys need help? I can do that for you. I would not just sit there and stare. Like, he literally just sat there and stared at me. Like, that was crazy. I could not believe that he did that. And then his excuse was that he was fuddling around with the music. He was fixing the DJ music to make sure the music went right, which I'll get back to in a minute. So we finally finish the flowers and we walk back up to like the venue Airbnb area. My mom and my other sister get there. My sister is another one of my bridesmaids. So she needed to get her hair done, but she was also trying to set up my wedding cake because my mom owns a bakery. It's a family business. So she was doing the cake for me, my wedding cake. But we were running out of time and she needed to get her hair done. So then I had to work on the cake. So I'm like trying to work on the cake in my robe, and I see people start walking in for the wedding. Like, literally people that are supposed to be down at the ceremony base are walking in and seeing me work on my wedding cake. It was just so crunchy. Not to mention, you know those boxes I was talking about? No one ever moved those boxes. So people are walking in, they're like, oh, hi, it's so nice to see you. They're not saying anything, but it's like, I'm in my robe. There's this crazy mess of boxes. I'm working on my cake. My sister, like, oh, it was crazy. If you guys want to see the second half of this video, I will have it linked in the description box down below. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button if you guys aren't already subscribed to my channel. Give a huge thumbs up if you guys like wedding series, and we'll see you in my next video, guys.